Hello squad and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be discussing warm-up and we're going to be talking about all things of preparation in context of strength training. So how should you warm up to really maximize your performance in your strength sessions? A proper warm-up is going to highly affect your performance, and that goes also other way around. If your warm-up is crap, your workout's going to be crap. Now, the way you're going to prepare your body before starting your warm-up is going to be slightly different depending on which movement you're going to really be performing. So your main primary movement, whether it's a pull movement, whether it's a push movement. However, the principles stand quite the same, and here they are. First, you are going to activate. Second part, mobilize. And third part, warm up. Activation part is where you're going to be performing light exercises that target muscles that are primarily involved in your main movement for the day. I would say for this part, always think of the joints that are involved in your primary exercise, and then think of the muscles that are moving those joints. And that's basically exercises that you're going to be performing in your activation phase. Now, what is important is you want to activate and prepare, not to exhaust. So make sure you're not overdoing it. Mobilization. This is where you're going to be preparing your joints to make sure you can pretty much move through a decent range. Again, don't overdo it. Typically, I would pick maybe 2 mobility exercises depending on what movement I'm focusing that day. And finally, warm up. So this is where you're going to start practicing your primary movement with light weight, gradually increasing the weight until you get to your working weight. So today I'm going to show you one of my squat routines. I do have to say that often I really vary my routine. However, I do have my staple exercises that pretty much always you're going to see me doing before my squats, and I'm going to show you and explain you why. So let's get to the gym and let's get this party started. Typically, I would be combining my mobilization and activation exercises into one sequence, and then I would be performing that sequence a couple of times. This allows me to save some time, as the warm-up process can be quite lengthy, especially if you are moving heavier weights. Now, first exercise I'm doing is a body weight front squat. I would do about 10 to 15 repetitions here, trying to really keep my spine nice and neutral, head up high, and I'm using the stance, the exact stance I'm gonna be using when the barbell is on my back. Second exercise is another activation movement. So this is a hinge with a rotation. I am going to be pushing my hips far back, so this allows me to give a stretch to my hamstrings, my glutes, and I'm adding a rotation just to engage my scapula. As I am performing a low bar squat, I just want to make sure that I am good to go not only with my lower body but also upper body, because it does require some shoulder mobility to be able to place the bar lower on your rear delts. So this exercise helps me to achieve that. After that, I'm going to be doing another mobilization exercise. This is a body weight Cossack squat. I love this movement, and if there is one movement that I will always do before my squat session, this is it. Why? Because it's just a perfect combination. It allows you to prepare your hips, your knees, and your ankles. So if you see, when I'm going down, I'm really allowing my knee to drive past the toe, which helps with some ankle mobility. I am bringing my bum literally down to my calf. So I'm focusing on depth. No rush here. I would usually stay here for 16 to 20 repetitions. Moving into a core activation part. So here I will begin with bird dog. I'm going to do for only about 10 repetitions here. So when you release your opposite limbs, just make sure you're not swinging forward or back. So you really want to stay centered and grounded throughout the movement.
After bird dogs, I will be moving into a plank hold. Usually I don't really take much breaks in between these exercises because they're just warm-up exercises and activation exercises, as I mentioned. So for a plank hold, I'll stay here for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then I'm going to be moving into a side plank hold, where I will stay for about another 20 seconds on each side. So remember, activate, don't exhaust. So if there would be one thing that you can take away from this video, this is it. Always remember to prepare your core. Your core will protect your spine under the load, and it is so important when you do want to lift heavy and you do want to prevent any potential injuries. There is one more exercise I'm going to be doing for this activation / mobilization phase of the warm-up, and usually that is any glute dominance exercise. It can be a glute bridge, a single leg bridge, a hip thrust. In my case today, this is a crab variation of a hip thrust. I will be staying here for about 15 repetitions, and once I have gone through all exercises, I will just repeat the whole sequence again before getting under the barbell. After I have done a couple sets of the sequence, I will be moving into my first warm-up set. I'm going to be using the exact position and stance I will use in my working sets. I will perform between 10 to 12 repetitions here. Typically it would be 10, definitely not more than 12. As I mentioned, you don't want to exhaust yourself. I know you have heard this before, but you're gonna hear it again because it is extremely important. Now I'm starting with a barbell only, and will be doing small increments from now on to build up to my working weight.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I really do hope that you got some value out of it. If you did, make sure you click a like button below. Also, if you do have some recommendations or maybe some topics that you would like to learn more about or you would like us to discuss, then make sure you do let me know. You can leave a comment below or send me a message, and I'm gonna make sure to bring that out to you. Thank you guys again, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.